Here are 5 mistakes first-time homebuyers make in Mesa, Arizona, and how to avoid every single one. After helping dozens of first-time homebuyers in Mesa, I see the same 5 things happen over and over that cost people money. So here are those same 5 mistakes. This is Chelsea Anderson with the Anderson Signature Team at Keller Williams Realty Phoenix. And here's your East Valley real estate talk of the day. So if you watch some of our other videos about whether you can actually afford to buy in Mesa right now, this kind of goes hand in hand because knowing what you can afford is actually the first step. And that's the first mistake that we see with a lot of first-time homebuyers. After 14 years selling real estate in the area and over 260 of these transactions, I see these mistakes over and over. So the first one is shopping for homes before getting pre-approved with a lender. So it's the first and biggest mistake. Buyers see something on Zillow, they see an open house, they go look at it, they fall in love. This is now the house to beat, and they have not talked with the lender, and then come to find out they can't afford it. And now nothing else will hold up to this dream house that they've seen that they shouldn't have seen in the first place. So here's why that's a problem. In our market right now, a home that comes on, if it's the right house in the right neighborhood at the right price, it's going to go really fast. So you want to get all of this stuff done before you start your home search and actually go look at homes to make sure that you can actually afford the houses that you're looking at. The other piece of this is if you have to wait that week to get your full pre-approval and get through with the mortgage application process, that house might be gone. And you're going to be so disappointed and heartbroken that you didn't get the chance to go after the one that you really, really wanted just because you didn't spend those first few days getting that mortgage pre-approval and going through what that budget looks like. So it is not a commitment. It's just information. If you go do that with the lender, you just need to have that letter in place, which now makes you able to go and write that offer on the house that you're looking for. The second mistake that we see, and we just did this video about closing costs, is not understanding what the full cash commitment is between your down payment, your inspections and appraisal, and your closing costs. So our market today is really, really great in that we can ask for some of those things to be covered. But if we don't know that up front on what those numbers look like, we might wind up in a position where we don't have enough cash to cover those different things. So it leaves everything scrambling at the end. I've seen some buyers not listen or not understand what those processes mean and that cash to close number is actually going to be, and they'll get themselves in trouble. So that's the second mistake, is not knowing what that full cash requirement is. We do have plans, we have down payment assistance, you can ask for seller credit. So it's not necessarily something that you need to cover. We just need to know that up front. So the third mistake that we see is actually having to do with the home inspection. So back in the day in 2020, 2021, when everybody was waiving everything and going crazy with their hair on fire, a lot of buyers were waiving their inspection, which meant that they weren't doing it. We always said do your home inspection. You waived your contingency to ask for things to be repaired, but you still want to know the condition of the property that you're buying. So some buyers still think that that's the norm in our market today in 2026. But in our current Mesa market, you do not need to waive that inspection to be competitive. This is normal. You want to take the full 10 days, dig into that home, inspect everything, dig into everything, make sure that you're really comfortable with what that house's condition is so that you can envision and plan for whatever the next little bit of future looks like in that home. The fourth one is we see a lot of buyers just buy by the seat of their pants, not thinking about resale. So if you have the opportunity to buy houses, let's say that back to a freeway or a busy road, those are going to be less desirable for the general buyer than a house that's further inside of a neighborhood. So if you're really worried about resale, which we like to say each home that you buy is a vehicle to move your net worth and your personal wealth forward. So you want to make sure that you understand what you're buying and the deal that you're getting and how that might impact resale.